having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
What is going on, everyone? We are live. That's right. It's Thursday night, and Strikeout Beer, your least favorite podcast, is live.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore where it says live Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's not good.
That's a thing of the past. That's years ago. But as always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
How you doing, buddy?
We had a couple False Idol beers for pre-shows and whatnot, so I'm feeling pretty good. One was a 10.5%er. The other one was like a 8.1. So really good. Wait for those to drop tomorrow. We had to there's always something funny with live streaming, right? And it's
buddy.
We didn't really have to worry about it much in the past because we just kind of paid for our own stuff and did our own thing. And we've been with StreamYard for so long. Well, StreamYard doubled their rates, and we were kind of helping out. I'll tell you this: we were actually helping out other smaller streamers and things like that, and bigger streamers, because we met them through Facebook and other places and things like that. And so we're trying to help out. We're trying to just get a group
lower
of people.
The cost.
Yeah, lower the cost for everybody, so that even like middle level people don't feel like they're breaking the bank. They're paying $5 a month or $10 a month or something like that. And so anyways, yeah, it's like, and then we're on Restream, and then we can't even record a video because someone else is live. I'm like, this is not going to work. I was like, yeah. On random days, I'm like, and so we've been even talking to our pal, like he goes, I'm going to get more people so we can go live. And I'm like, that's out of the question at this point. Like, right. We don't need more people. We need less people. So Old School's in the house. How you doing, pal?
What's up, brother?
All right, let's get this thing cracked. Let's go.
So what are we drinking? I'm sharing the show right.
Yeah, go ahead. We're having Turning Point. It's Gennaro West Coast style IPA with Mosaic, Chinook, and Amarillo. Look at this. It feels to me it's like Christmas. And then Gennaro is obviously from Die Hard. So what the hell is
Holly Gennaro?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It looks like
you're going by Gennaro.
It looks like
John McClane was not happy.
Yeah. Well, there's some things that happen. Like even like I think Lizzie and I, it was a couple of years in, and so in her tradition, they kind of honor their father, their parents, and whatnot. Ooh, buddy, that's a nice little amber color. That's good looking. And I was like, well, if you don't want to be, and I said my last name, then that's fine. And we also don't need to be married. We don't need to get married. And so that kind of changed things. I'm like, no, and I think some people have gotten out of hand. And
hey, real quick, cheers, mazel, good things.
Cheers. Yeah.
Into my soul.
Here's Old School. Are you drinking anything tonight, buddy? Ooh. I feel like we need to stuff this one. That extra. Ooh, buddy, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like we need to take the other one. Well,
so we're gonna drink 2 of these, and we're drinking randos.
I think we need to stash the other one for a
the end of the show.
Yeah, no, just for its own solo. I think we do one. Yeah, I don't. You want to do a beer review on this?
I'm here for whatever the people want.
All right, so Turning Point Beer, 7.1% alcohol by volume, brewed and canned in Bedford, Texas, 1307 Brown Trail, Bedford, Texas. On the World Wide Web, turningpointbeer.com, and on Facebook at TP Beers, Instagram, Turning Point Beer. Please recycle, store cold, drink fresh. So
I think they need to change that whole at TP Beers.
Yeah.
Because if you think TP, what do you think?
Well, they can't get, I don't know why, there's certain things you can't get like a whole name on and things like
Turning Point stuff because the whole Charlie Kirk organization, right?
Well, that's not his organization.
But Turning Point?
Yeah, that's not his.
Well, he's
part of it.
Right. But but you can't go with TP because if I say TP to you, what does that say? What's up, Lizzie?
It's it's
It,
toilet
it,
paper.
right. If you say TP, I instantly go to TP for my bunghole. It will always be that. I am the great cornholio.
I was about to pull the shirt up real quick.
I need TP for my bunghole, which if I'm here at the house and there's no toilet paper in the bathroom, that's the gift that I send to the missus. It's Beavis. I
It
need
was
TP for
it,
my
it was
bunghole.
founded by Charlie Kirk. I thought he was just
I
a
thought
member.
so.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, no.
Him and Bill
I
Montgomery.
thought so, but then you were like, "Oh no, that's not his thing." I
Well,
was
I
like,
mean, you're a big Charlie Kirk guy, so I figured
I
you'd probably
I
know. But
enjoy his videos.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's just he just
breaks it down from a fundamental standpoint.
he'll break it down because he'll tell you he's like, "Hey, I'll break it down biblically for you if you want me to, or I'll break it down non-biblically for you."
Mhm.
He'll break it down both ways, right?
Yeah, and
He's
you're
just
a Bible guy too. I mean, you were going to be a
I mean,
pastor, right?
I went through. I don't want to say it was a phase, right? But I had a period of time in my life where I wanted to be a youth minister. Um, I went to school for a year. I did some revivals. I used to go and do revivals at churches. Used to get paid to go and do revivals at churches
Revivals. Oh, buddy.
for youth groups. Would
So you're a
host.
baby Billy out there just
I
talking,
was. I'm
I
not.
mean, just clapping and shit. Just
No, no, not that. But
that's a
I.
revival to me. Well, it's
So
not a phase then. You still have faith and you believe in this and that and
I
whatnot.
have faith.
You
I'm
haven't
not big in the
strayed from
church
the
because of some things that I've gone through in my life, and then we'll spare the people. Maybe this will be a discussion for Patreon one night, right?
okay. All right.
I feel like that might be, but I, I've enjoyed.
I
I've
feel
always
I can
wanted.
get you back on
I've
that path.
always wanted to work with kids. Like I used to. I went through just. I went through when I was always younger. I always wanted to be a teacher, to help kids.
This is the first I'm hearing
Uh,
about this, but that's cool. Go ahead.
But and then,
Oh,
like, I
younger
was
kids.
going through the church and, want to be a youth minister, and I've done some things with that. But I feel like I've always with my kids, with coaching and stuff like that, I've always worked with kids and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to help kids and I don't know. And part of that is like I grew up without anyone wanting to help me, right? Uh Coaching wise or anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
Never met my dad. I was once in the same restaurant as my dad. Um,
we talked about this before, like with
that's my big thing, right?
people
Uh,
who aren't around their parents. They just they it's like a craving they have. They gotta this and that or whatever. We see it with our friends, like including yourself. You know what I mean? Where it's just over the top. You know, it's over parenting, over dad, like too much dad shit or whatever.
I don't think I overparent. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say overparent, but
over
like
the
I want to be involved with my kids as much as they want me to be involved.
there you go.
Okay.
I mean, and
Um,
take advantage of it because, like I tell her, a couple buddies of mine, like, we'll take advantage of it because eventually they grow up and they want
they
to do
want
their thing.
nothing to do with you, right?
Well,
And like we're going through a phase right now with like the youngest where I've always coached her in softball.
yeah.
We the first team we were playing for when she was playing select ball, I was part of that coaching staff and all that. And now we just went through a whole thing where we went 2 weeks. That team's splitting up because the head coach, his daughter, no longer wants to play softball. She wants to focus on her dancing stuff.
Oh,
And so we've been for the last 2 weeks we've been going to all these softball tryouts. That's why we weren't live last night. Typically we were live on Wednesday nights. We weren't live last night because I took my kid to a tryout, an open practice tryout that she wanted to go to. It was on a Wednesday.
we got to start putting on tournaments, man. Like, oh my god, we be
I
rolling
mean,
in the dough, like rolling in the dough.
we
These
might
suckers are willing to pay, and I'm willing to accept their money.
I'm always willing to accept people's money.
Just send it, add strikeout here on Venmo or Cash App.
Yeah.
Come on.
But so we went through all that. There was a team she tried out for that she really wanted to be a part of. We went to 2 of their practices. They sent her an offer. It's like, hey, we would love to have you on the team. Um, and she ended up accepting last night because she had a team that she wanted to try out for before that she had a couple friends on. We went and tried out for that team, and right after she was on with that trial, she's like, "Dad, I want to be a part of this team."
Do they have NIL stuff at that age?
No,
So what's the offer letter for?
it's, do you want to play for our team? And when you commit to that team, you commit to them for the season, and
Oh, for the season or something like that? Okay.
and that season and beyond. I mean, it's just a season at a time, but
Yeah.
you know, and so yeah, we found a team she really wanted to be a part of. I really like the team that she wanted to be a part of. I love they've got 2 coaches. They might be looking for some more, so I might still be coaching.
Ah, there it
I
is.
sent them a message and just said, "Hey, if you want me, anything you need my help with, let me know."
He goes,
No
"I know
money,
what." He's
WTF,
like,
no, not
you
yet.
know, I can lend my thought. Make sure you have my kid in there, starting and playing this and that, and blah blah.
See,
blah.
it's
Hey,
it,
do you got
it
any? Is there any boys in that league?
no, we're not that Minnesota school.
Okay, I didn't know. I just
Uh,
thought I'd ask.
this was a chance to get you a new house.
I
No,
mean, let's be honest. If you could,
well, so we've been
I mean,
watching
you
like
would, right?
you were watching like the College World Series and that pitcher for
No
Texas
one,
Tech.
no one watched that fucking thing.
Actually,
45 people watched it. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Go ahead.
over 2 million people were watching the College World Series this year.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I mean, well, I don't mean
they
to
set
degrade it.
records,
Yeah, I don't
but
mean to degrade it. There's an all-time high for like WNBA, for girls
well,
softball, and things like
all-time
that.
high for WNBA games involving Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
Because
and
although we will say, hey,
I don't
people
want
are
to talk.
watching not just because of Caitlin Clark, they're watching because of Angel Reese too. And that's why when the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese's team, played the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark's team, while she was out with an injury, tickets were selling for $3 a piece.
46, dude,
Because
get it
because
right.
the 40 no,
Yeah.
he posted that before I even said it. No,
Well,
tickets were like $3 a pop.
I like, but it's also, they had it on like ESPN or something like that, and I was like, where the hell's the Ranger game? I was out somewhere, and I go, where the hell's the Ranger game?
Victory Plus.
And so, well, they have it on like DirecTV. It's another channel on DirecTV or something like that. I'm like, where the hell is the game? I want to watch this. I don't want to watch college, softball. But you said like a bunch of people watched it. I'm like, well, yeah, people who have kids that play softball, previously played softball. That's it. No one else gives a shit. Put the Rangers on. I don't care. Like, put the fucking Rangers on.
It's more than 3, Henson, but I think 7.
I'll tell you
But
this. I saw a video about that. It was my girl, Mrs.
who's
Plum, Miss Plum.
Kelsey? Oh, she was bitching about the refs.
Well, she was complaining about how she wanted a higher percentage of pay for WNBA
Well, no,
players.
she just wants the equal percentage of pay to revenue.
Yeah, which would
Which
be
you got a guy who broke it all down.
yeah, which would be half of what they get now. I was like, just kind of chill out, girl.
But did you see the video about her bitching about the refs?
No, but she could. I mean, they all
She
complain
was
about
like, "Hey,
everything. It's
I'm
a fucking
I'm
women's.
going in there and I've got." She goes, "I got scratch marks here, scratch marks here. I'm going down." She goes, "I drive to the hole." She goes, "I drive to the goal a higher percentage of the time than anybody else in the league, and I get fouls less than anybody else."
Oh,
Meanwhile, you have these guards going in there and they're getting fouls. But she was like, "Oh, hey, I know I'm going to get fined, but you know what? Something's got to change because I'm walking away from these games beat up, and I get nothing.
I mean,
We need to
I'll
get some
listen to her.
chicks with dicks in that league.
They
Really,
really do. Can you imagine they get some trans folks in there, and then all of a sudden they're just leaping from the
so
fucking field goal line and just
so
windmill dunking it? Why are
let's
you
launch
trying to cut me out? Will you shut up for
let's
5
launch
seconds?
into this for a second.
Shut up.
We're
I
talking
want
about
to see
chicks
a
with dicks.
windmill dunk. I want to see some fucking between the legs, over the back, fucking what are the fucking reverse jams? Shut up, Alan.
You want to see Phi Sigma Jamma?
I do.
So, real quick, let's talk about chicks with dicks. And you got the whole Riley Gaines, Simone Biles thing.
Neither one of them have dicks.
No, but you had
Yeah,
Riley
one
Gaines.
looks like a troll talking shit about the other one.
Riley
That doesn't
Gaines was
look like a
talking
fucking troll.
about how that school in Minnesota, that softball team in Minnesota that had
Yeah.
the boy on the team.
Yeah.
And they're rolling through and he's just mowing people down,
Yeah.
getting all these hits, all this stuff. And then after the game, he's doing the worm out there on the field and stuff like that. Like, come on, that's the first sign that you're not a female. Okay, if you can do the worm, you're not. I've never seen a female do the worm.
Oh, God, I got to look this
That's
up.
a dude move.
Females
That's a
doing
dude
the
move,
word. Chicks
right?
doing the worm, but it might mean something else.
But so you got all that going on. Riley Gaines is supposed to, like, this isn't cool, women's blah blah blah. And Simone Biles just launches into her.
She's a fucking idiot.
And
goddamn moron.
but here's the bet. So she launches into her. We should be blah 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 blah. You're shaming blah blah blah. And then she follows up that big long tweet with, you should be comparing yourself against other people your size, which would be men. So body shaming her. Meanwhile, Riley Gaines is 5'5", 130 pounds.
Yeah. Fight night this year, the ticket, $13.10 the ticket. Get him in the ring and let him duke it out. And then, I mean, that little spoiled brat has never had to face dudes in her life.
No, she's done. And here's the thing.
And she's anti it too.
In 2020, Simone Biles posted things like, "Oh, if women ever had to face men in gymnastics, they would never win a medal again." And then there's that whole video out there with that guy he's on the ground, like doing the.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths and sometimes heights to ensure the power is always flowing, which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The arms between the legs, and he's rotating the arms, and he's just kicking ass at doing it.
Yeah.
And she tries to do it, and she does it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and she can't do it. And she had the whole thing in like 2020, 2021, which is like talking about body positivity. People always compared me to a man because I'm all, and then she just goes and just all this about Riley Gaines, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot, is what she
is.
is.
And then you've got those dumb trolls on like Simone Biles' side for some reason.
All right, read Henson's comment.
How glorious would it be if a team just brought in a starting five of trans that played Division I ball and just absolutely smash everybody?
I'm here for it. I want to see some crazy shit because everybody else wants to see crazy shit. So why not? Why can't I see it? And then all of a sudden, you got this University of North Texas Collin County division. All of a sudden, a D1 school fucking winning the national championship. And I mean, oops, fucking backboard, fucking throwing it off the backboard. Next dude coming up, grabbing it and fucking slamming it down, just backing these fucking.
What was that? What the hell was that movie that Daily Wire did?
Maddie's Pop, how you doing? Chicks, it was like, God damn it, what was it? Something.
I watched it, and it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
It was absurd and ridiculous. And then they get to the final of the women's in the Goodwill games or whatever it was, and it's all these dudes.
God.
What was it?
Why do you say it like that? It's called Lady Ballers.
Lady Ballers. Yeah,
I remember that dude. He goes, "That's the biggest dick I've ever seen on a woman."
I'm doing good. How about you? We're doing good. We're doing good, man. But they get to the finals and they're playing, and then like the other teams kind of like catch on as they go through it.
Yeah.
And then at the finals, it's all these, it's, hey, let's just call it as it is. Okay. We're talking about the movie. It's this team of all these white guys that decide they're all going to be trans. And they get to the finals, it's a team of all these black guys. And they just get absolutely demolished. I feel like they start crawfishing on this whole trans athlete bit. I mean, it's just.
What do you sign for?
I'm just sighing because, like, I don't know. We gotta stop this ass.
Well, I mean, it is a certain point. Only these certain states that are still allowed.
And that's the other thing. Like,
it's we're going back to normal.
I also feel like I'm not gonna because I have a daughter who plays women's sports.
I was gonna say, what if
Oh,
some dude gets up there and smokes one right back at her head and knocks her fucking head off? You gonna be okay? Be like, oh, you know what? Just
we
so
used to make
brave.
comedy movies about this shit. No, we made a comedy movie about this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Lady
Lady
Ballers.
Baller. Henson, go check out Lady Ballers. It's on Daily Wire. I don't know if you
Yeah.
have to.
If we don't,
If
we got
you
we
watch
got to get
it,
anyways.
well,
You get 40% off right now for Father's Day because of Matt Walsh. Yeah, or Matt Walsh or Michael Knowles or Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Yeah. Check it out because it's a Matt Walsh movie because he's got another one coming out too. That's why he's not doing his podcast on Fridays. So he already went out and said that he was like, well, you mean when I told you I needed a break for just one day a week, whatever, and this is what it is. So, but yeah, we'll see what he comes up with. But yeah, he's wild. I mean, he ain't wild. It's pretty based
well, it's just
shit. So
yeah, and it's weird because we've kind of gone through some stuff here at the casa with me and the missus. She's like, "Oh, why are you blah 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 blah?" And
oh, you coming around, are you? And she don't like it?
oh, and then I'll start throwing some things out there, right? And I'm like, I throw out the whole softball thing, right? And that hits home because we got the kid who plays softball.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's kind of well,
It always eventually makes its way around. I used to bring this shit up all the time, even with like a couple of my other friends that were like, super whatever the other side. With you, I always just kind of giggled. I was like, oh well, I mean, you'll see one day, and you'll see one day, and you're kind of going around, and you're like, okay, well, here we are.
Hey, and until I see it, right? But
Yeah.
I've never
But
agreed with
it doesn't happen
Let's
here
say
very
that,
much
right?
because we're in Texas. We're in
Texas, right?
we're in North Texas, so we don't really. A lot of that bullshit doesn't really go through,
Not gonna
and
fly here.
yeah, and I don't think a lot of the parents would just sit there and either clap or bullshit or anything like that. I think it's gonna be kind of jarring when it actually happens. Milton's at the house. How we doing?
Oh, why can't we have adult men's and girls youth sports?
They had it. What was it? A swimming event, if I'm not mistaken. Some 50-year-old dude went out. It might have been in Pennsylvania or something else, but you can Google it. He was like 50 years old. He swam against teenage girls, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to use this locker room too. And I'm like, dude, like, come on now. We gotta have something just to. So someone else brought up something else.
Where it gets me, like
Someone else brought up a nice little point. They were, this whole drag queen thing, reading to elementary school kids, right? But like when you log in or you say you're going to watch, we did it before because we did the drag show, Fantasy League. When you watch that show, it says TVMA. Like, why is it MA on TV? But
it's because of
they want to talk to the kids, and shit like that. So it's like
on that show they didn't want to.
I don't know if they fucking wanted to or not, but I'm just saying that show was MA
for kids.
Yeah,
right.
well,
It's
I don't
not.
think
It's not it's TVMA because it's not a kid. They're not advertising it to kids.
No,
they're
that
advertising it to adults.
No. It doesn't have a thing to do with the advertising. It's the content.
Well, but
what about strippers? You okay with strippers going to elementary schools and talking to kids?
No.
Little palm trees on the little Friday, little sprinkle, little everybody get a little glitter in their face, you know what I mean? No? Okay, just making sure.
But I'm not okay with you. Like there's a big.
I knew you'd come around eventually. I knew you'd come around.
I never was. I was never.
Oh yeah, you were. You and Boner were both like, you guys are fucking Bernie Sanders supporters and shit like that. You guys are like, big old fucking system guys.
What's up, TJ? No.
And no, shut the fuck up. You were never on my page, and then all of a sudden you start thinking,
that's a lie.
You listen to this fucking Charlie Kirk guy? You've seen him around there? I'm like, yeah, I know who the fuck he is.
All lies. Lies and propaganda spread by Rapid Dave.
We can go back and check the tape. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
check the tape. Check the tape.
You've never fucking in your life ever been on my side of the
you ain't gonna find shit.
So yeah.
But no, and you've got this school out in I think it's out there in Seattle or something like that.
Of course it is.
Where it was they were encouraging middle schoolers to dress in drag for Pride Month and stuff like that.
God, thank God it's in July or June. So then, like most schools are already out and they don't have to deal with
Right.
this bullshit. There was one time I think where we had one go to. It was like a school you went to in June, just to like it wasn't like summer school, but it was just like additional. Like you didn't want to take the whole summer off, right? So it was almost like camp, but it's
Run
about
the tape, Vincent.
yeah.
Vincent said the first thing anyone should do when you meet someone new is let them know how you like your sex.
That's I mean, when I'm in a business setting and I go to a meeting and someone gets introduced to me, like, hi, this person's new to the company or whatever. I'm like, who do you like to fuck? And what do you think you are? Because
You're like,
that's the two most important things I need to know right now, more than any fucking thing.
you walk into every meeting you've ever been in, and you go, hey, my name is Rapid Dave, and I'm a power bottom.
And I love to fucking fuck. Yeah. So run the tape. I'll fucking find the tape. Yeah, no, this guy's
Run
been
the
a
tape.
liberal.
Find
This
it.
guy- This
Find
guy's been a
it.
liberal for the last 6 fucking years. And
I
all of a sudden now
challenge
he's starting to cross the aisle. He's
That's
like, yeah, those fucking liberals. Am I right? You know, all
That's
this
a
shit.
lie.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
That's
You
a
know,
lie.
guy's been on. Yeah, fuck you. Anyways, but yeah, I just with that. I mean, that should be the first things out of your mouth in a orientation meeting. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I'm Rapid Dave, and I like to fuck. I mean, not like dudes or anything, but I like to fuck chicks. How we doing?
I walk in every meeting and go, hey, my name is Alan, and I like to party.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always volunteer first. Like, I want to get I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
you gotta
feel
get
like,
it
hey,
out there. Gotta get it.
because I just want everyone to know I like to party. And then after I say that, you
Yeah.
can't say it. And then after that, if anyone else tries to be like, hey, my name is Steve and I like to party, I was like,
I swear to God, I'd be the I would stand up
you
and say,
cannot,
like, hey,
you
how
can't
you
like
doing?
to party. I like to party.
I'd be that guy.
You
I'd be
just
like,
can't party. You have to have something else.
hello. I just like
And
to
then
say I like to party. Yeah, fine.
And
I'll
then the
find a
third
fucking
person-
tape.
And the third person's like, hey, my name's Corey and I like to party. And I'm like, Corey, you definitely don't like to party.
Yeah. The tape's out there. You don't have to go find it. It's out there. This motherfucking guy has been just. It took him this long to find the right side of the road, and he's finally over here now. Let's welcome with open arms.
That's why.
This is Larry. He loves dick. Now he likes get this deal done. Yeah, I mean, I think you know, what was it? Some video, some fucking person like, hey, we have blah blah blah, you know, a stargazer in the stands here, and she'd like to give her a point about it. She goes, my pronouns are actually they them. I go, it's fucking multiple of them. It looks like one fucking chick to me. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what's happening right now.
First of all, I always think of 40-year-old version when homeboys like, I know tons of dudes like fuck other dudes
In
in jail.
Yeah.
And then I always think like this whole like pronoun thing.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Funny thing about being fast, you end up waiting a lot. First to show up, first in line, then just waiting. Me, I rev up Chumba Casino. With over 200 social casino games, no slow lanes here. Why sit around when you can spin? I'm already racing. Your turn. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
I always think of there's that video out there of the person who gives haircuts, and I was like, "Hey, do I have your permission to touch you?" And they're always like, "Yeah, no, you have my permission." Okay, cool. My pronouns are blah blah blah. What are yours? Blah blah blah. And then you have the people that are doing the things like, "Ew, do I have your permission to touch you?" The guy will turn around and goes, "Came here to get a haircut. What do you think?" Like,
he's talking handies all of a sudden over the table, under the table. What's going on?
There is a guy. I don't know if I saw it on Facebook Reels or TikTok. That is,
it's wild as fuck. Like, and they want to tell you so bad. I'm like, actually, I could just call you by your fucking name, and so that everything becomes irrelevant, and then you short circuit again.
Or you use dude.
What's up, bro? Or dude. Those are universal words.
I have called someone a dude before, and they're like, whoa. I'm a female. And I'm like, and I go, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Because they whoa me. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude is non-gender. It's not binary. It's dude is everybody. AJ, BJ, HA, ZJ. If you got ass, you can't afford it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't know what an AJ is, or a ZJ, but I'm in.
What's a ZJ? No, if you got ass, you can't afford it.
I mean, I can afford stuff. I just want to know what's going to happen. Like, I just wanted to get the deets before, There's something popped up like, you can't afford it. I go, I can afford a lot. I just want to know what's going to happen.
well, I've got blah blah blah. It's like,
yeah, I was,
if you have to ask, yeah.
We went to, we were hanging out strip club or two or whatever this past week or whatnot, and I hate it because we always end up out there. We always end up. I get too hammered.
Are you watching Hannity lately?
What the hell's Hannity? Oh, no, that's a Fox News thing. No,
Hannity Combs, right? Hannity
I'm not watching. Yeah, I don't watch it.
Is that what it is? I don't watch
I mean, it's only Hannity I know.
I know a Hannity, Hannity,
No, I haven't watched anything about him. But yeah, I just, when you go out there, they don't say that ever. They don't ever say that. But it's like, yeah, no, if anything ever gets brought up, I'm a cheap ass. So, but I'll spend money. And it's like one of those things where
you'll
it's
sit 5 feet back from the stage and crumple up. I don't want to say dollars because sometimes it's dollars, sometimes it's fives. And you'll crumple up bills and just chunk them on the stage. Because you don't want to go on the stage. You don't want to.
I'm just trying to support.
Yeah, that's it. You're just trying to support
single mothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the last couple of times I've gone, it was funny. It was like one of them was like on a Saturday night or Sunday night or whatever. Real quick, Turning Point, Gennaro. Holy moly!
I got the second one or just the first one?
I did the first one, and oh my god,
it's really good.
It was freaking.
RJ must be a Rush Limbaugh guy.
I've never listened to either one. No.
Well, that's one person.
If you want to, no, he said Hannity. Hannity is another one. Yeah.
Well, he asked, does that make Allen an Anderson Cooper guy? No. You know what? I will enjoy Anderson Cooper in clips.
That's how pretty much I listen to anything. If you want to know my playlist or whatever, if you're part of Patreon, I'll release my playlist tomorrow. How about that? Everything I listen to on
after this, let's do a Patreon. We'll do a second Patreon.
Yeah.
About
TJ, I appreciate you being a part of the free Patreon, but this is going to be a paywall. $3.
You gotta
$3, and if you need that, you just let me know, and I'll send you the $3, and then you can get you in. We can get you behind the wall.
Hey, first month's still free.
All you gotta do is text Alan.
Just sign up, pay for your first month. Once I see it, send me your PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, whatever it is, and I will pay you back.
Yeah. Like in a strip club or whatever. Like the last time I think I was pretty loose. I was having a good time. I was buying beers for the dudes that were there because I felt like I was just like I was there with my brother. Right, we were having a good time. Lizzie was there.
Your brother's a big fan of the strip clubs these days.
Yeah. Oh, well, he likes, one particular, and you can go to two because it's part of it. It's both. It used to be Cabaret Royale, but anyways,
dolls.
It's Chicas Locas now. So Chicas Locas,
okay.
Whatever. So
they're off of 157. We used to go to Cabaret. No, Cabaret Royale is where we went for lunches.
Yeah. Same place. Yeah. And so we'd pop in, and I'm like, he goes, come on in. He goes, this is my brother, this is my sister-in-law or whatever. And it's like, dude, going with him is like another world. Like you can do anything you want. You can say whatever you want, fucking do whatever, just.
He's got memberships.
He got a membership. I will say that. And I didn't even know that existed. So apparently.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Yeah. So anyhow,
Lucas, he has a membership.
Dude, it was so.
Here's what you need to tell your brother.
All right.
Tell your brother the next time he typically takes one of your kids with you, to the club. He needs to walk up there and just tell me if you get this reference. He goes, "Hey, I'm Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl. And this is my other brother, Daryl."
Oh my God. What is that from? I don't know what it's from.
The Newhart Show.
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart. Yes.
Oh,
Because this is Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl. The three brothers, Daryl. But yeah, he needs to do that and record it.
He's not going to do that. Because by the time we're there, we've already had fun at like two other places. So now we're there.
And that's the best time to do bits.
I'll see. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, the last time we went, it was like, of course, we're hanging out, we're bouncing back and forth, and the cool thing is they protect, his stuff, and they put like lids on his drinks and stuff like that or whatever. It's really cute. It's really nice.
And you're upset because you're just trying to roofie your brother's drink.
Roofie the shit. I thought I got roofied.
I roofie every drink everywhere I go. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah. The last time I was there, I thought I got roofied. But then we head over to the other place. Go ahead.
Real quick, I'm going to have a Milky McStout face.
Quack, quack, quack.
From our buddies out there at Outfit Brewing. They shut down a little while ago. But I still have beers from there. This one's actually from... This will tell you how old this one is.
Yeah, that's pretty old. A couple of years
when
old.
we did the live show out there.
Oh, nice. That was a fun time. A lot of fun.
We had a great time out there.
Yeah.
But it's a stout, so it will probably age pretty good. Let's get into it. But yeah, so Sharp Clubs and your brother, big fans.
I mean, it's cool. I'll say this: I've always had the benefit of going. So I go with my wife. I go with the Lizzie, the Lizzinator.
Intro girl Lizzie.
And so she always is able to pull the hottest women in the club to our table, wherever we're sitting.
Fuck, that's good.
And it'd be 1, 2, possibly 3. And the funny thing is, she tells, the girls are like, hey, he doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't want to be bothered. Don't even fucking talk to him. Don't look at him. Don't touch him or whatever. And so then it becomes a personal challenge for them to fucking do whatever it is to me. And I'm like, I don't just, whatever. So then all of a sudden I'm showing her my kidney shifter move, I'm like, because I was hammered, and I'm like, and I'm buying a bucket of beer for the guys next to me. They think it's hilarious. I'm like, you guys don't get strippers at your table like this? I mean, it's easy. It's easy. I didn't do anything. They just
all you gotta be is like, hey, I don't want it. And then they're just all over it. Cause like we've gone to back in the day when we had a partial season pass for the Rangers. I think we had like 8 games or whatever. And we always go to the games. And then after the games, we would always go to Cabaret. I can't remember which one.
Jaguars at one point, and then Baby Dolls.
Baby Dolls, you got them for free with your ticket stubs. But we would go in there and we would just be like, hey, we're not looking for dance around or anything. We're just here to have fun.
I do like hugs. And they let me motorboat it too.
And they were like, oh, well, can we sit with you? Yeah. And like some of the places we went into were BYOB. And so we would have we would always take in at least a 30-pack of whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes Stones, sometimes a couple cases of Miller, Bud Light, Coors Light, whatever it was. And they're like, oh, can we just sit with you and hang out? They're like, yeah, that's fine. We got beer right here on ice if you want one. We would offer them beers and stuff like that. But That's the key. If you want to go to a strip club and have a bunch of
I mean, it really
bitches all
is.
over you, just tell them you don't want it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that's for these girls who all have daddy issues, who have dads that want nothing to do with them. That's all they want.
You're
And
not wrong. You're not
you're
wrong.
you're not paying for lap dances,
No.
but they are all over your lap. They are not going to sit in their own seat. They're sitting in your lap.
They try for a while and then they move over and then say,
And
like, what's up? Then they got, and so, like, even one night, it was like I was sitting there, I had to babysit Javi, and I'm like, they're like, what are
every
you
time
doing there? I
you go
go,
off Javi, you got to
and I'm
babysit.
like, I'm watching my buddy. I gotta keep an eye on him. Like, oh yeah, do you mind if I sit here? I go, I don't give a shit. Sit here if
Yeah.
you want. You want a drink? It's a BYOB place, so I don't know if they have drinks. He goes, yeah, they'll give me a blah blah blah. I'm like, are you 21? Kind of. I'm like, are you 21 or not 21? If they give you a drink, whatever, the cash is right there on the table. I didn't fucking buy it. I'm tipping you for your time.
Right.
And then 5 seconds later, they're all sitting. Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't want to. You want anything? No.
No.
And they want to be just sit there and chill some nights. And then some
They
nights
want
they actually
you
want
to
to sit
want
on your lap.
I want you to want me.
Well,
I need you to want me. But yeah, that's the key, guys. Don't act like you want it. Just be like, no, I'm just here. I'm just here chilling.
it's playing cool. Play cool.
Hell, we used to go to lunch all the time, and it was you bought a drinking at a buffet for free, and the buffet was always good. Where we went Cabaret Royale,
Yep.
and we'd be there like, oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're just here for the buffet.
Yep.
And like, well, can we sit with you?
Hang out with you for a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sure,
fine.
if you want. That's fine. You want a beer?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
You
hang
know
out.
what?
I'll get you a beer.
Hey, spoiler alert: you get more action if you don't want it than if you want it.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. I know it's strange, especially on, like, say, a busy night. But like Saturday night, Friday night, prime time, and we're just like, do what you want. What?
Yeah.
I got my focus is on this bucket of beer on this ice.
I'm
That's
gonna
all I
drink
care
this
about.
30-pack of Keystone Lights that I brought in. If you want some of them, you can have them and hang out.
Yeah, I'm tipping the stage though. Like if
Yeah.
I got a stack of ones or something like that. Even this past time, not this one, or probably a couple times before, and I was like, these chairs have wheels on them. I go tip the chick over there, and they're like, what? I turn around and spun. Me, I always drive in the fucking chair. I'll go backwards and just go spinning around the whole place. I went like, I don't know, 10, 15 yards to the next stage, threw a couple dollars on there, turned around and came right back. I'm like, I'm here to. I want to support, but I'm here to chill. I don't need all the extra action. I don't need it. Yeah.
But I like your titties.
I just, like your jam. Like your jam.
And it was Jaguars, the one off 157 that's
Oh, yeah.
now merged with Baby Dolls. But like I've been there several times. Went there once for a buddy's bachelor party, and it was great because we went there for a buddy's bachelor party. And we had our own separate room booked, and these guys were trying to start shit with us. And the cool thing was, my buddy's dad was a Fort Worth police officer, and he had it was 2 to 3 other guys that were there that were also part of the Fort Worth Police Department. So the other guys were trying to start a bunch of shit with us. And we're like, whoa. And dude, we're just back here and they're trying to start S.
Calm down, man. Just calm
And
down.
my buddy's dad walks up, he goes, hey, back the fuck up. And showing his badge and stuff like that. And yeah, we had a great time out there. But like that was also like Jaguars was also the place where you had the girl that was, if you've ever seen like Artie Lang's Beer League. Have you seen that movie?
It's been a long time. We had to go back and revisit.
It's like him and Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
They played softball.
Yeah.
And they went to a place, and there was a girl called the Pitching Machine. And Jaguars was the first place where I saw that for real.
Oh God.
In real life. And there was a girl that she would put. There was 2 girls. There was one who would put ping pong balls in her bajingo and shoot them out. And there was another girl who would put dollar bills on her bajingo and queef and shoot them up.
Oh God, Alan. Jesus
Christ. And I mean, if you're drunk and you go and show up, that's a good time.
I don't know why you go live anymore. We just record everything. It's no big deal.
Why not? Why not go live?
All right.
Are we not here to have fun?
I mean, we are. We're part of team having fun. So
We are team having fun. We're not part of team having fun. We are team having fun. Anybody else who declares they're team having fun, to be honest with you, they're lying.
Mhm.
Or if you're THF and you don't want to say team having fun, we're team HF. Liars. Copycats.
How's your summer going so far?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't complain. We're looking for a new team for the kiddo. We found a new team. She's super excited about that. Yeah.
How's the other part of your summer going that doesn't relate to softball?
The oldest kid moved out on Tuesday, which is awesome.
How's that going?
It's going great.
Yeah?
It's going. She's not here anymore, so it's awesome.
She likes being out by herself?
I
Her
mean,
boyfriend?
so they moved out and they're broke and they don't have money for anything. And so we've bought some food for them for the next couple days.
Okay.
So they had some food. And then the boyfriend's mom is taking them out to go grocery shopping on Saturday. So we
Okay.
made sure they have we made sure they had food till Saturday
Okay.
when she could take them out and buy them a bunch of food. And then she was like, "Well, we have this food, but I don't have any way to cook it." So I went and bought her a pot and pan set today.
Oh, y'all didn't do a starter kit?
What do you mean?
Y'all didn't when the kids move out, you buy them like pots, pans, fucking everything you need to I mean, dust, was it sweep, a mop, all that kind of stuff? You didn't buy them all that kind of stuff? You didn't get the starter kit?
So,
oh, Alan.
Here's the thing. She had a place here.
I don't care. It's her first apartment, right? First apartment?
It's her first apartment.
Oh, you didn't get pots, pan, cutlery, bowls.
Liz bought him a bunch
plates?
of stuff. Liz bought him a bunch of stuff, and she was actually going to pick it up today. But then Liz's sister was like, "Hey," she told them today, called them today, is like, "Hey, I'm taking you guys to Walmart, and you guys get X number of dollars for a spending spree for the apartment."
Okay, cool.
And so Liz canceled her order because they were going to buy a bunch of that stuff with that order. And then, but then, like I went and I bought them like a pot pans, big serving spoons and spatulas, measuring cups, mixing bowls, all of that. A stainless steel set. It was like 24 piece. I bought that for them. And then I bought them Uno and Yahtzee.
Okay.
You're moving out on your own. Let's get you a couple games you could play on your
Okay.
own.
All right.
We're big
Most
card.
teenagers know what they can play on their own.
Well,
Yeah.
we're big card games and board games and stuff fans at our house. Like we'll always play card games and board games here at the house. So let me get you a couple for your new place. And so I bought them that, and then her aunt was spending X number of dollars for them, and then buy a bunch of stuff. And then the boyfriend's mom is taking them and getting them a bunch of groceries and stuff on Saturday.
Mhm.
And I gave the kiddo my futon that I had in my office.
Yeah.
The futon's gone. I gave them the futon. They took the futon. That's going to be their couch in their living room or whatever.
Okay.
We gave them that and a bunch of other stuff kind of that we've had around the house and stuff, or things that I have bought to resell and things like that. But it's like, hey, they're moving here. Let me pull these things. These things are no longer for sale. Let me give that to them, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So they have everything you need, right?
They will after tonight. How about that?
Okay. I mean,
We bought them a few things, and their aunt was taking them shopping tonight. Karen's aunt, Liz's sister, was taking them shopping tonight to buy a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And then we bought them food until through Friday. Boyfriend's mom is taking them shopping on Saturday to buy them a bunch of food.
Okay.
After that, hey, you got to start taking care of yourself.
Well, I mean, it never ends. You just always gonna have to. You do this, a little bit of that, whatever. I
Well,
remember my mom used to. But funny thing, like I lived in Plano. My mom lived in the colony. I grew up in the colony, and so like mom like, hey, I'm going to. I'm like, what? Hey, mom, what are you doing? I used to call her like every day. I talked to her every fucking day, like even up till like a year or two ago or whatever. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm going to Walmart. I go, I'll be there in a second. I'd show up and fucking. I mean, this is me at like 23. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, how you doing, mom? Whatever.
And as a kiddo, like she works 5 minutes away from our house, but she moved. Originally, she was supposed to move right around the corner from us.
Okay.
2 minutes away from where we live. But then, like I told you what happened with all that. She was like, oh, well, they want us to pay the first. We're going to move in like a week before the month ends, but we have to pay the full months of rent and blah, 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 blah. And then, but we're not doing that. And then, like, Liz went to the office to go talk to the office people. They're like, no, they're not paying for the first month. They have to pay their.
Riley Herbst from 2311 Racing here, and you know what grinds my gears? Waiting for coffee. But instead of counting frappes and lattes, I fire up Chumba Casino. No apps, no fuss, just fun social casino games to pass the time. By the time my coffee's ready,
Order for Riley.
I've already taken a few victory laps. Next time you're stuck waiting, make it entertaining. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway, because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Their deposit is their first month's worth of rent. But then the kiddos are like, oh, well, I'm out. And so they moved a little bit further away. They're probably 15, 20 minutes away, depending on traffic. Not far away. But the oldest, she doesn't drive. But what she's doing is before the boyfriend goes to work, he's going to bring her over here, and then she typically goes to work at like around 12:01 when Liz goes to lunch, and Liz is going to drive her to work, so they don't have to pay for an Uber or anything like that because she doesn't drive. But so we're still going to help her out and stuff. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Like when you finally get them out of the house or anything like that, you still have to like. And this is on, like, I think it's on me as well. It's like, I remember when I moved out, I still like really talk to my mom like all the time. And I remember like having the kids and stuff like that. Kids, I say Austin, it's Tyler. And so we'd show up and like, hey, we're here, whatever. And I imposed more, but I thought it was funny. I really did. I thought it was hilarious. Like I'd show up and like, whatever. And my mom would buy me like a couple things. Or multiple things sometimes, but I was like, shit, I've already fucking paid for so much. I already paid for all this kind of shit and whatever. But I always thought it was fun just to kind of crash her little going to the store type thing.
And you had different, like for me, like I graduated high school, and 2 months later, my family moved back up to Michigan.
Yeah.
And so I woke up one day. They were supposed to leave like a week later. I woke up one day and they were gone. And they moved back up to Michigan, which I wasn't allowed to move back up with them back up to Michigan. And I already had an apartment. I just got an apartment and stuff. So a little bit different experience for me versus you or versus my kid, where with you or with my kid, we're still around. But with me, they weren't around. And it was just me doing everything on my own. And doing all that. So, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm doing what I can to help the kid, but also at the same time, I've kind of let her know she's kind of a moron because she didn't have to move out. She could have just stayed here, paid a lot less rent, and just help out around the house, but she didn't want to help out around the house or pay anything, so she wants her independence, so she's getting her independence. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Um, I know the missus is super excited because the kiddo left, and then the kiddo's room, the youngest one is moving over to the oldest one's room, which is a little bit bigger than hers. And then Liz gets the youngest kid's room, so she'll actually have her own office. I already have my own office. When we moved in here, I made sure I had a room for me. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be good, could be bad. I don't know.
You know, I have a lot of great memories about like when when I first moved out, it was like, all right, I'm 18, I'm out of this mother. I just decided to leave. And uh so I decided to leave, and I was probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was like 17, maybe and a half, 18 maybe. Got an apartment in Louisville, and just, it was a rough 6 months, right? So I ended up coming back home. I ended up moving my dad's and moving back and all this kind of stuff. It's like back and forth, this and like left, right, and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, you know, I got back home to Texas, and then I get back out, and I'm in Plano. My wife didn't have to work. All she had to do was hang out with the kids. They were babies at that point, or one of them was a baby. I was like, all right. When I got home from work, it was one of those things where like, I've been home all day. I'm losing my mind, this and that. I'm like, all right, what are we doing? So apartment becomes a house. So now we bought a house. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, I think I want to go to work. I'm like, we got kind of a good thing going here and got 2 kids. And she's like, well, I think I want to go to work. I go, well, you got to outkick this coverage because daycare costs this much and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And so it was like, we had a house. It was our very first house. We had 2 kids. But yeah, I mean, like, at that point, I think, I can't remember. I think my mom, no. Yeah. Because by the time I was in Plano, my mom was still here. I still came by to mow the yard, all that kind of shit. Still rolled through to take care of a lot of maintenance and stuff like that. And then by the time I got to the colony, or back to the colony, because that's where I'm from, my mom already moved back to Frankfurt. So then I didn't have to really do a whole lot, but I was like, all right, F it. We got our own house. We got to figure all this other shit out and whatnot. And I was like, hey, listen, if you want to work, fine. If you don't want to work, it doesn't matter. Because we had a house, we had 2 kids, and it was kind of one of those things where it's like, you got the dream right here if you want it. If you want to stay at the house, you can. I make enough for both of us and, whatever. And it is what it is. But yeah, no, I have a lot of fond memories about like just kind of sneak attacking my mom at Walmart in the colony. She's sitting there. I'm like, let's get a couple things for blah. Like, it's not like I overloaded her cart with like $400 of shit, and I used to give her tons of, I gave her money as well. And then, like I said, I used to go over to the house and take care of all the other shit that after I left, no one was there to take care of. So I took care of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean, my 20s, the late 90s and my early 20s were just a lot of fun. They really were. I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, I had a kid. Shit. I mean, by the time I was 23, I had 2 kids, but I had a lot of fucking fun and a lot of great memories there.
It was funny. So we went out of town for that tournament, right? And the oldest, she stayed here. And then we came back and we're sitting here one day. I was looking for something to eat for like lunch or whatever. And I opened the freezer and there's like a bag of like pepperoni pizza rolls there. And I was like, I don't normally order. We typically, when we get pizza rolls, they're typically 3 meat. But open up, there's a bag of pepperoni pizza rolls there. I was like, fuck. Maybe I bought them. I didn't realize it. I don't know.
Those are so weird. You're talking about the fucking pizza rolls. Like,
so I cooked the pizza rolls, right? And me and the youngest kiddo, we eat the pizza rolls, and then the bag's like on top of the trash can, right, and right inside of it. And the oldest kid comes, she goes, "Whoa, whoa. Did you guys eat those pepperoni pizza rolls?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, those were Luke's, which is her boyfriend." And I go, "Huh, that's funny. Luke doesn't live here, and they're in my freezer."
Are
She's
we
like,
on
"So
the wrong
you,
side? I feel like we're on the wrong side. Are we on the wrong side?
no, this is the right side."
Right side? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, "So you ate Luke's pizza rolls?" I go, "No, I ate the pizza rolls that were in my freezer in my house where I paid for the fridge and I paid for the house. I ate the pizza rolls inside there."
You are so just whack sometimes.
She
Like the
was like,
stuff I hear out of coming out of your mouth is just fucking whack.
she's like, well, they were his. I was like, "Well, Luke doesn't fucking live here, so
I enjoy those pizza rolls.
they're in my house."
What were they? Pepperoni only? You say?
They were just pepperoni pizza rolls.
Fuck yeah, those are getting eaten immediately. Don't
Yeah,
ever put pepperoni pizza rolls in my fucking house. They're gone.
Don't
Immediately.
hey, don't put any pizza rolls in my house and not expect them to get ate.
I try to give
Like,
everybody.
if they're cheese, if they're 3 meat, if they're pepperoni, if they're I don't know what else. I think those are the only 3 kinds, but there's a 4th kind. If you have pizza rolls in my freezer, it's fair game.
I try to give everybody like a 5 count because I'm like, you guys don't understand how much I actually eat, and like they got leftovers and shit. I'm like, a little bit longer, and I'm gonna take them to work for me as
If
lunch
you
tomorrow.
put pizza anything in my freezers,
Yeah,
it's going down.
They tried. I mean, they tried. They had these fucking what are those shitty ass ones that used to be for $1? Totinos. Yeah, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we're gonna make like all 4 of those today. I fucking had the oven going. Like, I was like, here we go, double stack. Here we are, and yeah, everybody's
will
fucking
eat
pizza today.
the shit out of Totino's pizza.
Yeah, I went to Costco today and got. Lizzie's like, hey, you want a whole fucking pizza? I go, I guess. I was like, I just wanted
Why
one piece.
wouldn't I want a whole piece?
Well, I asked for a piece. She goes, you want the whole fucking thing? It's $10. I go, yeah, I guess. And so she ordered the pizza. We had our dogs because obviously ordered dogs. And
Dog, though.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Mother effer. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I try to give a 10 count.
Okay.
When it comes to leftovers or something like that, I try to give it a little bit of time. Like, all right, maybe they'll, yeah, but yeah, it's usually me cleanup time. And,
You're nicer than I am. Hey,
well, I am. I'm a nice fella.
This is my house.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is my
I have this on. I own the house as well. You know, man.
And if you have something in my fridge and I want it, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, don't put it in my fridge.
Yeah. Well, my house is a little bit deeper than yours. So yeah.
You have 47 people living in your house.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, is this someone's personal fucking stash?
Hey, if you don't have your name on it,
it's
fair game.
Yeah.
But hey, the oldest kid, I don't care if she has her fucking name on it or not.
You're such a prick.
Am I a prick?
You used to be like, oh yeah, this is my kid. This is blah 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 blah.
No, she's 100% my kid.
Blah,
But
blah,
she doesn't want to help out around the house or into that.
There's always a turning point. There's always a switch, and whatever. Odor is 3-3 against the Panthers right now. End of the second period. Man,
dude,
see what happens. Yeah,
I like hockey.
Yeah, me too. I wish I was watching right now other than talking to you, but we'd probably just be talking to each other watching hockey, so it's not a big deal. We're up against it. I think let's go ahead and get out of here. So we had we're gonna do a couple more beer reviews. We have some Patreon going on.
We had no, wrong one. Hold on, Gennaro. Here it is.
Mhm.
This is what we had. We're actually going to do a separate beer review for this.
Yeah.
Not tonight because I've had mine sitting out for a while, and I want it cold.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. On that one, you don't want it too cold. It's a West Coast style IPA.
I
but
want it
you want
cold as what it is.
Yeah, if it's been sitting out, you want to give it its due. You want to drink it.
It's
You
been
want to
sitting
store
out
a
for
cold
about
drink
an
first.
hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
A Thursday night show, switching things up. It here's what happened, TJ. My youngest daughter plays select softball. The team she was a part of was splitting up.
Why do they call it select if you have to pay to be on the team?
Well, that's select.
Why do they call it select?
You have to
Back in the
pay.
day, select is if you were on a team, you were on that team.
It's not rec league. It's select.
Yeah.
You have rec and you have select. And so for the last 2 weeks, we've been doing tryouts. We had a tryout last night. So we weren't able to do show last night. By the time I got back from the tryout, we talked about possibly doing something last night, but by the time I got back,
way too late. It
it
was
was
like
like
10 o'clock.
9:45.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, I'm laying in bed. I'm ready to pass out. Cool.
Yeah, you goddamn right about that. I was like, I'm done, buddy. I'm going to bed.
She was actually supposed to have a tryout tonight, but she got an offer from a team that she really wanted to be a part of. And so she accepted their offer.
What was their offer?
To be a part of the team.
Oh, okay. It sounded weird. You made it sound like it was
well,
you
they
take care of your mortgage or something like that.
No. I mean, they extend offer. Like we had another team
I'm gonna
that
take care of your car payment or something like that. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
none of that.
just start.
I spent
Just
$300.
start.
I spent $300 today on jerseys, shirts, her helmet.
Oh my god, that's not an offer. That's a fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ. We got to do this, Alan. Please, God, just fucking let's get this together and let's start making money, man. Come on.
We'll look into it.
Shit.
But no, she's part of a team now that she really wants to be a part of. She's looking forward to it. They made her an offer she couldn't refuse. No, they did. You know, she had a couple tryouts with this team.
Alan's getting
Really
some
excited to be a part of the team.
Excellent.
We had another team that sent her an offer, and I actually had to message them this morning. It was like, hey, thank you so much for the offer, but she had another offer. She really wanted to be a part of that team, blah, 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 blah. And I said, cool, thank you. We appreciate you letting us know, but just let us know if she's ever not playing with them and she wants to play with us. She has a spot with us to play, just pitch with us, which those would all be free tournaments, so we wouldn't have to pay for. But she's already playing twice a month with the new team she's on, so well, whatever. But I did tell my kid, like, we were watching the Women's College World Series, and the pitcher from Texas Tech, she got paid $1 million to play for them this year. And she's getting paid $1 million next year to play for them with NIL.
Fuck yeah. Get it.
And I told her, I go, hey, this is what we're aiming for. You need to get $1 million deal so you can take care of your stuff, but also take care of this guy who's helped teach you in everything. So
you're so low rent. Jesus.
But hey,
that was terrible. You could have just did not that.
Yeah.
God.
But she's, we'll see what happens. By then, I think $1 million might be low. By the time she goes to college, she's going to middle school this next year.
All right, buddy. Well, cool, man. Let's you want to sign us off here or what?
But you know what, guys? Thank you so much for joining us. We were drinking Gennaro.
Yeah.
From Turning Point. Which a little bit to do with Holly Gennaro. I don't know.
3.82 out of 665 ratings. Alan, what do you rate it?
I thought we were doing a review outside of all this for that.
We can if you want. I'm just
Well,
for the people.
you told me I have a whole one right here
For the people.
I haven't even opened for the people.
All right.
Maybe we'll do it tonight. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I was pulled over last night for speeding, gave the cop a Uno reverse card, and drove off. I laughed. He laughed. I ended up in jail.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it a 10. Fucking 10. Your joke was a 6.5. How about
that? All right, let's go.
But hey, we love you guys. We appreciate you. TJ, you need to join the show sometime. How about that? Do we want to have TJ join us next Whiskey Wednesday?
Ooh, first week of the month. That's 4th of July week, man.
That was last week, and we didn't do it.
I'm talking 4th of July is the next.
We didn't do one in June.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Last week we actually didn't do a show because I was out of town. So this is our first show in June, right?
Yeah.
But we'll figure something out. TJ, join us. I got a whiskey that I really enjoyed, Jefferson whiskey, which they put on a boat, sail around the world. But we'll do something. We gotta do something with TJ. Apparently, Just Be a Dad podcast is coming back. I don't know. I've been seeing a bunch of posts about it coming back. I don't know when it's coming back. TJ, when you do it, whenever it happens, ask Nate about eating the one chip. And outside of that, TJ, you lost a bet to eat the one chip with us. So when's that going to happen? I know, TJ, you will make it happen because you care about the people more than Nate does. Nate doesn't care about the people. Nate actually eat 2 chips. But we love you guys. We appreciate you. As always, I'm Alan.
Marty.
We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.